laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
His label buried it, his team buried it. For years, the people closest to Drake kept their mouths shut, because the moment any of this got out, it threatened everything he'd spent a decade building. Drake isn't just a rapper who dominated an era. Behind the platinum records and the stadium tours, there were moves made in the dark, lies told at scale, people used and discarded, and secrets that powerful industry insiders spent serious money making sure never reached the surface. Today we're going through 5 of them, every single one. Welcome back to the Studio Chronicles. Stick with me until the very last one, because fact number 5 is the one that changes how you see everything else on this list. Fact 1. He was already signed and lied about it. Before Drake was Drake, before the Young Money deal, before the cosigns, before any of it, he was a teenager hustling for a record deal and telling every label he met that he was a free agent. The problem? He wasn't. Drake had already signed a contract with a small Canadian entertainment company called SB Management, and that agreement locked in a percentage of his future earnings. When his career exploded after the So Far Gone mixtape, that old contract came back to haunt him. The lawsuit that followed was settled quietly, out of court with a non-disclosure agreement attached. No press release, no public statement, just a check, a signature, and a story that disappeared before most fans even knew it existed. The music industry runs on leverage, and Drake learned early that the cleanest way to protect yourself is to make sure the receipts never see daylight. Fact 2. The ghostwriting operation ran deeper than anyone admitted. When Meek Mill went public in 2015 accusing Drake of using ghostwriters, Drake's team moved fast. They dismissed it, mocked it, and Drake dropped 2 diss tracks so quickly that the public narrative shifted from "Is this true?" to Drake won. But here's what got buried in the noise. The accusation wasn't wrong. Quentin Miller, the Atlanta rapper Meek Mill, named specifically, had verses on If You're Reading This, It's Too Late that matched his own reference tracks, bar for bar. Those reference tracks leaked. The evidence was there. What Drake actually won wasn't a factual argument. It was a perception war. He understood that in the streaming era, speed and confidence beat truth. By the time anyone was still asking hard questions, the moment had passed. That's not just rap beef. That's a masterclass in reputation management. And it worked because the industry had no interest in pulling the thread. Fact 3. He hid a son from the world for over a year. In 2017, Drake had a son with Sophie Brousseau, a French artist and former adult film actress. He knew. His team knew. And for over a year, the public didn't. Drake didn't acknowledge Adonis until Pusha T named the child in The Story of Adidon in May 2018, one of the most devastating diss tracks in rap history, built entirely around facts Drake had gone to extraordinary lengths to conceal. What made it worse wasn't just the secrecy, it was the calculated nature of it. Drake had already recorded references to having a son on Scorpion, an album that conveniently dropped weeks after the diss track, almost as if the reveal had been part of a controlled rollout all along. Whether it was damage control repackaged as vulnerability or genuine emotion forced into the open by an enemy is a question Drake has never fully answered. The sun existed. The silence was a choice. Fact 4. The OVO empire was built, partly on tax incentives and government subsidies. Drake built his brand around being self-made, the kid from Degrassi who clawed his way to the top with nothing but talent and grind. What gets mentioned less often is how much of the OVO empire was subsidized by the Canadian government. Under Canada's film and television tax credit programs, Drake's early career work on Degrassi generated significant rebates that funded the production long after the show should have been financially unsustainable. More broadly, OVO Sound and the related entertainment ventures have benefited from Canadian content grants and cultural funding programs designed to develop domestic artists, programs that the started from the bottom narrative conveniently leaves out. None of this is illegal. None of it is even unusual in the Canadian entertainment industry, but it does complicate the mythology. The bottom he started from had a government safety net under it. Fact 5. The one almost nobody talks about. In 2024, Kendrick Lamar didn't just go after Drake's rap credibility, he went after his character. In Not Like Us and the string of diss tracks that preceded it, Kendrick leveled accusations that went far beyond ghostwriting or beef over rap supremacy. Allegations about Drake's behavior around young women, about the company he kept, and about things that powerful people in the industry had allegedly known and protected for years. Drake's legal team fired back with defamation lawsuits against UMG and others. What Drake did not do, at any point in the public record, was issue a clear, direct, on-record denial of the specific claims Kendrick made. He attacked the platform. He attacked the distribution. He did not look into a camera and say, "This is false, and here is why." In a fight where every other accusation got a diss track response, the silence on the most serious allegations was the loudest thing Drake never said. Drake isn't just a rapper who won. He's a man who built an empire on a carefully constructed version of himself and spent enormous energy making sure certain doors stayed closed. The full story of who Drake actually is, behind the brand, is still being written. Because too many people with too much to lose have spent too long making sure it doesn't get finished. Drop a comment. Which one of these hit you the hardest? And if you already knew about the Quentin Miller situation, did you know how deep the paper trail actually went? If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. This is the Studio Chronicles. We'll see you in the next one.